Hi and welcome to this edition of Out of the Box. My name's Paul Sillers. Today we're going to be having a look at what's in this box. This is the new Ubiquiti USW-24-port switch. This is not the Pro, this is the standard model. These are the Gen 2s. So we're just going to open this up and show you what's in here. It's not meant to be a technical overview, but hopefully it gives you an idea of what you get in the box and some of the basic specifications of it. So I'm just going to open up the box. In all I can immediately show you, the boxes are twice the size of the normal US dash models, just a little bit more fancy packaging at the end of the day. So you're just going to get a box of bits. So in here you've got your rack mount ears, and you've got a get started guide down there, already pull that out, and you've got your power cord. It's a standard IEC connector, kettle lead, and this one's here for Australia. Alright, so that's the main bits you get in there. As with all of these, you can turn the mounting brackets around. So you can potentially, so if that was the normal, let's just put this right, so that you can put this right. If this was on this side here of your rack, if you were actually to turn these around this way and put them onto the side, you could obviously bolt that into a wall, you could bolt that into a wooden cupboard. So it's not necessarily just fixed to be able to put that into a standard metal rack. We mount these sometimes upside down on shelves where we need to get a little bit more coverage or space, where it's maybe in a room or a delivery on. So there's some options there for you. I just will get the switch out of the box here for you. Just pop that down on the floor, take the foam off either side. Here it is, all neatly wrapped up. So like I said, this is the standard model. There is a Pro model. So the standard model, I mean, you start going to watch, there's a few things here you're going to get caught out on as you start to buy these switches. So traditionally up until this point, other than the US-8-60 watt, which was an 8-port switch with just 4 ports of PoE, we're now getting back to something similar with this. So this is a 24-port switch, but only 16 of the ports deliver power, and they all deliver PoE plus power. So let me just show you the switch and then we can talk about these. So these are great. These are fanless. So the standard models, the USW-16 and the USW-24 are completely fanless. So again, quiet cooling. We don't have the 16 port, the US-16. If you used to have that, the fan every about 10-15 minutes used to power up, whir for a while, quite noisy, and then turn back off again. So some great design features. These are starting to move into the enterprise model space. So you can see we've got some slots across the top here. This is for air intake. So we can see air intake over the front, air expel at the back. We don't have any side cooling, so these are fantastic now for putting into racks. Obviously just think about which way your air is traveling. So let me just go through the front of this first for you. So over here we have our touch screen, a little touch screen that's going to give you some examples of what's going on, give you a little bit of overview. This can be turned on and off, this can be controlled from your Unifi controller. This is a 24-port switch. Like I said, it has now got 120 watts of power outage, so it is half the power wattage of the previous 24-port switch, and only 16 of these ports are powered. The other key thing on this is to remember, this is only a PoE plus switch. This does not provide 24 volts passive. So if you are still running old models of AirMax or access points or whatever, there is no option in the interface to be able to turn this down to 24 volts, which you used to be able to choose 24 volts or PoE plus. So this is all 48 volts now. So there is a way to get around that if I can find where I put it here. All right, so you need to probably think about getting a few of the instant converters. This is the 100 meg model. Obviously cable out for one of these ports into this takes 48 volts in and give you 24 volts passive out on the other side. So maybe you need a few of those if you're going to start retrofitting installs that have some of the older 24, or you want to run some of the AirMax. So we have, like I said, 16 ports, PoE plus, 120 watts power outage in total. We have 2 SFPs here. They're 1 gigs, they're not 10 gigs, they're 1 gigs. All right, we've got our cooling slots on the front. It's fanless. We have a touch screen over here. And on the back, we have our power in. All right, and I think, let's have a quick look. That's all that there is on this model other than the cooling slots on here. And obviously this is where your rack mount brackets are going to be fitted, either to mount it upwards, downwards, or in a normal rack. So hopefully that's been useful. The key points: this is the USW-24, the standard model. At the Pro model, 120 watts of power, 16 ports of PoE plus, so that's 48 volt ports only, and 2 1 gig SFPs along with the touchscreen. So hopefully that's been useful. These are great. They're really moving into the enterprise market. We've been promised some layer 3 features that we've seen on the edge routers or edge switches up until this point. So I'm really excited about these. The Pro models, these are fantastic and move into redundant power options and various other things. So hopefully that's been useful. My name is Paul Sillers. This is the USW-24.